It takes 12 seconds to tie your shoe, 12 seconds to check your phone. For Mark, 12 seconds was all it took to cease to exist. We were in the Bennington Triangle. They say the mountain eats people here. I didn't believe it. Until I turned around and saw the empty space where my best friend was standing only a moment before. It was 4 p.m. We were hiking single file. I was in front. Mark was maybe 10 feet behind me. I could hear the zipper on his jacket clicking against his chest. I heard him clear his throat. He was right there. I stopped to check the GPS. I said, "Hey, check this out." No answer. I waited 3 seconds. The silence wasn't natural. It was heavy, like the air had been sucked out of the forest. I spun around. "Mark?" The trail was a straight line. No bushes large enough to hide a man, no drop-offs, no caves. Just empty dirt. I ran back to where he should have been. I screamed his name until I tasted blood in my throat. I looked at the ground. This is the part that keeps me awake at night. His footprints were there in the mud, right up till the middle of the path. And then, nothing. No scuff marks, no signs of a struggle, no tracks leading off the path. The footprints just stopped, like he had been plucked into the sky. I found his water bottle, lying in the center of his last footprint. It wasn't thrown. It was standing upright, like he simply phased out of it. I called the Rangers. We searched for weeks. Dogs couldn't find a scent. Helicopters found no heat signatures. But I found one thing they missed. My GoPro was recording audio the whole time. When I played it back, in that 12 seconds of silence, I heard something I missed in the moment. Don't look up. Mark didn't get lost. We were trespassing. And I was 12 seconds away from being taken with him.
A marble rolled above my head, down, hit the wall, then rolled back up. Things don't roll upwards unless someone is pushing it. High fallen house, borrowed for Christmas. I was alone for one night. In the attic, I found a handmade nativity scene. Joseph, shepherds, animals. But the crib was empty. No baby, no Mary, just a rusted key inside and a child's dress hanging, soaking wet, dripping. 2 a.m., footsteps above me, pacing. A man who couldn't breathe, lungs full of poison. I looked outside. A mother and child stood in the snow, staring at my window, not moving. Next night, a child crying, an abandoned cry, then silence, then footsteps coming down the stairs, stopping outside my door. The door slammed open. I ran outside. The mother was walking toward the walled garden. The sign said, "Do not enter." I entered. Inside an old shed, a calendar, December 22nd, 1916. A soldier's uniform on the floor, not quite empty. A knife wound in the back. He came home from war broken. He strangled us Christmas Eve. I wasn't dead. I followed him. I finished it. She waited 100 years for someone to find him. They found me frozen in my car, alive, barely. When I went back, the nativity was complete. Mary was there. The child was there. They hadn't been there before. This Christmas, if you hear footsteps above you, don't go upstairs. Some families never leave.
I found a strand of my hair woven into my aunt's tapestry, but I haven't been near it. Every night, I hear the loom click, click, click. But my aunt, she can't even lift her hands anymore. This morning, there were more. My hairs, my eyelashes, all threaded into patterns I've never told anyone about. My regrets, my lies. The tapestry is almost finished now. I looked closer at the final corner. It's weaving tonight. My face, mouth open. And when I checked the mirror, my shadow didn't move with me. If you feel something pulling at your hair while you sleep, don't look for where it's going.
I found my wedding ring on the harbor stone this morning. I've been wearing it this whole time. The fishermen, they won't look at me. My husband placed something on that stone before his last trip. He came back safe. But I started finding things. My grandmother's necklace, my daughter's baby shoe. Things I never touched. Things I would never give away. I checked our bedroom. Everything's still there. But when I held my ring up to the one on the stone, they're identical. The fishermen say the stone doesn't take offerings. It makes copies of what you'll lose. The tide's coming in. If you've ever found something you still own, count your family.
I couldn't feel anything for him after he was born. Just empty, like I wasn't really his mother. He slept all the time, so quiet, never cried for milk. I started pumping at night, leaving a little in a bottle on the floor. Old habit, my grandma told me, just in case. Every morning, the bottle was empty, but he was getting heavier, paler, and he never looked at me the same. Last night, I woke up, heard soft sucking. I looked down. He wasn't at my breast. He was nursing from a shadow on the floor. My shape, exactly my shape. It wasn't for any spirit. It was the price, so I could have him. If your baby sleeps too well and never needs you, check the shadows beside the crib before you sleep.
I have 11 minutes left to live. An app is counting down, and it's never been wrong. I'm Marcus. I downloaded last hour, 3 days ago. Now I know exactly when I'll die, and how I wasted everything. It was just an ad. Want to know when you'll die? I clicked it as a joke. It scanned my life and showed a timer. 72 hours. I tried to delete it. Couldn't. Then it started predicting things. Your ex will call in 3 minutes. She did. You'll narrowly avoid death in 10 minutes. A car almost hit me. At 24 hours remaining, it sent me a photo of me sleeping, taken from inside my room last night. I live alone. The message said, you've spent 847 hours on your phone this month. Your mom called 14 times. You answered 0. It was right. Everything it said. I checked my screen time, 11 hours a day. My best friend's last text, are you there? 3 weeks ago. I left him on red. At 1 hour remaining, you have 60 minutes left. Will you spend it staring at this screen, or will you finally be present? I called my mom. She answered immediately. Marcus, you never call. I told her I loved her, that I'm sorry for every ignored call, every time I chose scrolling over her voice. I called David, apologized for disappearing, for liking posts but never showing up. He said, I missed you, man. I looked at my apartment, delivery boxes everywhere. I haven't cooked in months, haven't lived, just existed, scrolling through other people's lives. The app changed. White screen. You have a choice. Delete 3 social apps, call someone you love daily, be present, or the timer continues. 18 minutes left. My hand shaking. Delete Instagram? TikTok? But that's how Wait, who am I even connecting with? Strangers? Algorithms? I deleted them, all 3. The timer stopped, frozen at 11 minutes 47 seconds. Then it started going up. A new message. Most people don't realize they're dying until the timer appears, but everyone has one, invisible, always counting down. It's been 6 days. I don't know if I was really going to die, or if the app was showing me I was already dead, walking around, staring at screens. But I'm different now. I called my mom today, had coffee with David, watched the sunset. Actually watched it, not through a camera, just present. You don't need an app to tell you. We all have limited time. Every second watching this, you'll never get back. So answer me this. When was the last time you called someone you love? Really talked? What would you do if you had 1 hour left?
I delivered my first baby at midnight in a doorway. They wouldn't let her move. The family kept lighting candles on both sides, 1 foot in the bedroom, 1 in the hall, to confuse the spirits, they said. But she'd been in labor for 36 hours. No crying, no movement. I checked for a heartbeat. There wasn't one. There hadn't been one. The grandmother leaned in close and whispered, "The threshold takes one and gives back one." I looked down. The baby's eyes were open, but the mother's weren't. They were smiling, like they'd done this before. If you were born at home, in a doorway, ask your mother why. My husband died 3 days ago, but his number just called me. I let it go to voicemail. I shouldn't have listened to it. His voice, it sounded wrong, like he was trying to remember how to speak. He said my name over and over. Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Then he stopped, and I heard breathing. The voicemail is still playing, but now I can hear it outside my door too. The breathing, it's the same. If you get a call from someone who's gone, don't answer. And whatever you do, don't let them in.
I only take selfies at night. The shadows make everything look better. But last week, something looked back. It started small. In one photo, my reflection blinked just a little too late. In the next one, it smiled. I didn't. I deleted every photo. But every night, exactly at midnight, my phone vibrates. A notification appears. Night Frame Hub tagged you in a photo. I didn't post it. The image shows me asleep, taken from inside my room. Tonight I covered the camera. No more pictures. But as I'm recording this, look behind me. In the mirror, it's holding my phone now, and it's about to take your picture. Next.
In 2019, police received a 911 call that still haunts every officer who heard it. A woman's terrified voice echoed through the phone. "Someone is inside my house. I can hear them breathing outside my bedroom door." Sarah lived alone in an isolated farmhouse. That night, she locked every door, every window. The dispatcher stayed on the line. Police were 7 minutes away. Sarah whispered. The breathing stopped. I think they left. But then the dispatcher heard something that made his blood freeze. A second voice, also whispering, also coming from Sarah's phone. It said, "She thinks I'm outside the door." The killer was already inside the room with her. When police arrived 6 minutes later, Sarah was gone. No body, no blood, just her phone, still connected to 911. Investigators checked the call recording 100 times, but here's what destroyed them. The second whisper, the killer's voice. It matched Sarah's voice perfectly. Was she the killer? Was something mimicking her? Or was Sarah never real at all? The case remains unsolved. The farmhouse sits empty, but neighbors say on quiet nights they still hear someone whispering. What do you think happened to Sarah? Drop your theory in the comments, because honestly, the police are still listening for answers.
I woke up to something I can't explain. My door had a symbol carved into it. Strange, sharp, deliberate. And then I noticed drops of blood leading away. Something or someone had been here. And it's still out there, waiting, watching. I followed the blood trail through the hallway, the air cold, thick with silence. Shadows flickered against the walls. Each step felt heavier, like something unseen was pacing me. The trail led to the living room, the symbol repeated on the floor this time. Small scratches, almost like fingernails. I heard whispers, soft, cold, calling my name. My eyes adjusted, and I saw a pale figure at the window, gone the moment I blinked. I wasn't alone. The symbol, it wasn't just a warning, it was an invitation. And something is coming back tonight.
I'm the last one who remembers the names. When I forget one, someone stops speaking. The children went first. Every morning I wake up and there's more sand in my mouth. My granddaughter tried to scream yesterday. Nothing came out. I have a recorder, but when I press play, it's just wind. There's one name left, the oldest one. The one we were never supposed to say. But I can feel it slipping. I opened my journal to save her. The ink was fading. Every page, every name, disappearing. Except one. Written in my handwriting, but I don't remember writing it. It was my name. The forbidden one. If you forget your own name, you were never here. The sand, it's in my throat now.
I adopted my daughter 3 years ago. Last week, she asked when we're going back to visit the house that misses her. I asked what house. She said the one before the orphanage, the big one with all the rooms. But the adoption file says she was surrendered at birth. She was never anywhere else. I checked the orphanage records. Every child adopted from there came back to visit within a year. Every single one. For 120 years. Last night, I heard it through her baby monitor. Not her crying, something older, underneath, like the house is breathing through her. She leaves her room at 3 a.m. now, stands at the front door, waiting. If you adopted a child from an old building, check when the others came back.
I found my great-great-grandfather's journal. He was a sin eater. The last page has my name. He'd eat meals beside corpses, absorb their sins. 40 people, a mining disaster, 1889. He wrote, "The weight is unbearable. I must pass it on." Then he wrote a name, mine, my exact name. I haven't slept in 3 days. I keep remembering things I never did. Stealing, lying, worse things. I'm hungry all the time. Last night I looked in the mirror. There were 40 faces staring back. They're inside me, and they want out. Check your family tree tonight.